Good evening, everyone. Ooh, I have someone on YouTube. Hi. Welcome. I'm just getting set up. We're going to start here shortly. I am streaming on YouTube, or on on YouTube. I stream on Instagram as well. Just trying to catch as many people as I can. Hopefully get everyone over here. Okay. My stream setup. My lighting is hopefully okay. And we will get started here in a second. I have a microphone, but I did not set it up tonight, so I will get it set up next time. All right, my friends. Hello. Welcome. I think we're good right there. My fun angle. Aren't all these angles fun? So, welcome. Good evening. My name is Allison. Thank you for joining. I'm with Sunflower Collective Yoga. I am in Wichita, Kansas currently. My location changes all the time, so you'll notice that. Appreciate you coming this evening. We're going to do an MDR practice, which stands for minimum daily requirement. I'll leave that on. So minimum daily requirements is a set of movements that will help you with your practice to keep memory and flow going, strength, all those things. So it's a great practice for you to practice by yourself. If you want to take that type of notion down the line. You want to work on your self-practice. So we're going to be working on our sun salutations A and B, and then we'll do some other movements and end our practice. So again, minimum daily requirements. Minimum that you have to do for the day. And not just you have to do, it's minimum of what you would want to do in your practice that you're establishing. So that's what the MDR stand for. And also, I stream Tuesday, Thursdays. And also, please like and subscribe and tell other people to join here in the community. Health is wealth, and there's no better time than the present to start focusing on yourself. So just for side note, I do have 2 blocks. I might or might not use them, but I will cue them so then you know what is good movements to use the blocks for in the future. So we're going to go ahead and start on, come on down to the ground. We'll start with a little meditation. We don't have to always start like jumping into it. It's nice to jump into it. So you can start by cross-legged, cross your legs, and just come to a nice, calm, seated position. We're going to practice some breathing to start us off with. So in your seated position, take your breath in through your nose, out through your mouth. Couple more. Breathe in, out. Breathe in, out through your mouth. Breathe in through your nose, out through your mouth. One more. Breathe in, out through the mouth. Nice. Let's do some fire breathing. So take your hands. So you're going to make a little cowabunga hands, have your thumb and your pinky sticking out. So we're going to alternate opposite fingers on nostrils. So we're going to take our thumb onto our right nose and breathe in through our left. Release out through your left. Pinky on your left. Breathe in through your right. Out through your right. Thumb on right. Breathe in through your left. Out through your left. And let's rotate. One more on each side. Good, and relax. Breathe in. Release out. Let's come onto all fours. On all fours, let's do some cat and cow. So reverse. Cow. Cat and cow. So just get those opposite movements in. Go right ahead. Get that movement in. One more each direction. Release back to neutral. Nice. Let's go back into child's pose. Just push them back. Child's pose. Feels so good. Nice. Come up on all fours. And go ahead and move into downward facing dog. You can pedal out here, get your first downward dog in movement. Nice. Bend your knees, step or hop forward. Come up halfway, fold, and then rise all the way on up. Nice. Beautiful. And you can get just like a little extra movement there. Move those arms around, move those feet around, wiggle. Whatever feels good. So we're going to come to the top of the mat, come to stillness, and in your stillness, it's in your bend. Look in there. Sorry. So at the top of the mat, we're going to bring our hands together. Let's take a nice deep breath in. Release through the mouth. This time breathe in. Release through your nose. Sane, breathe in. Take your arms up and fold. Up halfway. Vinyasa. So you can bend your knees. Step back. You can bring your knees down. Chest, chin, upward facing dog. And your legs can be down. You can do a low so you don't come up all the way. And then into downward facing dog. 5 breaths right here. 5 breaths. So I'll move a little more consistent when we're moving through those movements. 5 breaths. Move through that breath. 5 breaths right here. And come back to a neutral position. Bend your knees. Step or hop forward. Up halfway. Fold. Rise all the way on up to the top. Hands to heart center. Beautiful. Let's keep moving. Hands rolling up. And when you remember when those hands go up, that chin can look back as far as you can go. It can be soft or you can look harder. And fold. Up halfway. And vinyasa. Step back, jump back. Knees, chest, chin. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. 5 breaths right here. And in this position, you can pedal it out. You can go side to side. Maybe you want to do 3-legged dog. You can stretch it out. 5 breaths for you to move however you feel feels good. So keep breathing. 3 more breaths right here. Two more breaths. One more breath. Come to neutral. Bend your knees. Step or hop forward. Up halfway. Fold. Rise all the way on up to the top. Hands to heart center. Awesome. Hands on up. Fold. Up halfway. Fold. Vinyasa. Knees, chest, chin. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. 5 breaths. Remember, you can do what you did on the other side, on the other. You have enough breaths in between to really get in full movement that you want to get in. Always remember the breath is the consistent. Learning this repetitive practice helps with that muscle memory. Two more breaths. One more. Bend your knees. Step or hop forward. Come up halfway. Fold. Rise all the way on up to the top. Beautiful. Sun A again. Take those hands all the way on up. And fold. Up halfway. Fold. Vinyasa. Knees, chest, chin. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. The mind can wander while you're practicing yoga, but as long as you stay focused on your practice, you are always come back to where you started. That sounds good. That sounds good. Keep breathing. Remember, the breath is always the consistent. You develop and dive more into the practice when you get those foundational movements down in your core. And that's what you're doing when you're here right now. Keep breathing. Two more breaths right here. One more. Bend your knees. Step or hop forward. Come up halfway. Fold. Rise all the way on up. Nice. Hands to heart center. Last sun A. Hands go right on up. And fold. Up halfway. Fold, step back. Vinyasa, knees, chest, chin. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. 5 breaths right here. Remember, you can always, if you need to, you can come down into a child's pose. Take whatever poses resonate with you. That 5-breath interlude is for you to challenge yourself in ways that you need to. So take what works for you. Bend your knees, step or hop forward. Come up halfway, fold, and rise all the way on up. Hands to heart center. Beautiful. We're going to do sun B's next. Sun salutation B's. So come to the top of your mat if you're not already there. Hands to heart center. Breathe in. Release out. Hands go up. Sun B, chair. Fold. Up halfway. Fold. Vinyasa. Step back. Knees, chest, chin. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Beautiful. Right foot forward. Warrior 1. So bring that right leg forward. Bend that right knee. like elongating. Arms go up, warrior one. Remember, both your hips are facing forward. Warrior one. Foot is at a 45 degree. Relax the shoulders. And hands go down. Vinyasa. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Left foot forward. Warrior one. Same, take your time. Get into that position perfectly. Adjust yourself. It's like if I was there to adjust you. Having a teacher there to adjust you is amazing if you go to classes and someone's there adjusting you. It really changes your whole practice. So in that warrior one, arms up, forward breathing, vinyasa. Take those hands down, vinyasa. Five breaths. So if you would like to, you can always do a forearm stand right there. You can do something different. But if you want to, you can do the same position right there. Whatever works. Keep breathing. Two more breaths. Come to a neutral position. Bend your knees. Step or hop forward. Come up halfway. Fold. Chair pose. And stand all the way on up. Beautiful. Maybe that little back bend right there. Hands to heart center. Nice. Breathe in. Release out the mouth. Breathe in. Hands go up. And release. Chair pose. Fold. Up halfway. Fold. Vinyasa. Step one back. Knees, chest, chin. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Warrior one. Up. And hands down, vinyasa. Maybe you're at a point where you can hover your leg when you're going into that vinyasa. Just depends where you are in your practice. Left side, warrior one. And vinyasa. Down dog, 5 breaths. Two more breaths here. One more. Bend your knees. Step or hop forward. Come up halfway. Fold. Chair pose. And stand on up. Hands to heart center. Release. Beautiful. Hands up. Chair pose. Fold. Up halfway. Fold. Vinyasa. Step back. Knees, chest, chin. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. 5 breaths. Not 5 breaths, it's warrior one. I was testing you. Warrior one. And hands down, vinyasa. Down dog. Warrior two on the left side. It's only a couple seconds right there. Hands up. And take those hands down and vinyasa. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. 5 breaths. Maybe you want to do forearm plank. Maybe you want to do forearm plank. You can bring both of your forearms together and then move them out to separate. That's how wide your arms should be. Push on up. Slowly you can start to inch your way closer. Depending how open and how you feel in this position. And through practice, remember, everything can change. Keep holding 2 more breaths. One more breath. Bend your knees. Step or hop forward. Come up halfway. Fold. Chair pose. Right on into chair. And stand on up. Hands to heart center. Beautiful. 2 more. Hands go right on up. Chair pose. Fold. Up halfway. Fold. Step back. Vinyasa. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. And right foot forward. Warrior one. And hands on down. Vinyasa. Left foot forward. Warrior one. And hands to heart center. Vinyasa. Downward facing dog. 5 breaths. 5 breaths. And the vinyasas can get faster or slower. You can add in more. They can become more complex. You can add in more tools to help you. This is your practice. Two more breaths. One more breath. Come back to neutral. Bend your knees. Step or hop forward. Come up halfway. Fold. Chair pose. And rise all the way on up. Hands to heart center. Nice, everyone. Last sun B. Hands going up. Chair pose. Fold. Up halfway. Fold. Vinyasa. Step it on back. Move it on through. Downward dog. Step the right foot forward. Warrior one. Hands up. And vinyasa. Left side. Warrior one. Hands up. And hands on down. Vinyasa. Downward facing dog. 5 breaths. Remember that 5 breaths is where you can explore a little more. You can get more movement in. Maybe you're getting a drink of water so you can like and subscribe to the stream. Breathe. Two more breaths. One more breath. And come to a neutral position. Bend your knees. Step or hop forward. Come up halfway. Fold. Chair pose. And stand on up. Beautiful. Hands to heart center. Awesome. Grab a little drink right there if you would like to. Or stay at the top of your mat. Hands at heart center. Breathe. Showing gratitude for yourself for showing up. Showing up is half the battle. Showing up is half the battle. You can want it, but you can still have issues showing up. But you know what? Showing up every day is how you overcome. Beautiful. Let's go into half chair. So take those hands on up. You can take behind you, get a little back bend. Interlace those fingers. So we're interlacing them, pressing those palms out. And then we're going to come into half chair. With those palms pressed. And release on down. You can practice crow pose or you can do Malasana squat. I'm going to do Malasana squat today. So it's just a nice wide squat. So you can be wide or not as wide. And just come on down. Depending on how flexible you are, your heels will touch the ground. If your heels don't touch the ground, you are doing great, okay? One more breath here. And step back or jump back, vinyasa. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Let's take that right leg forward and bring our left knee down. We're in a runner's lunge. Hands on both sides, squaring it off. Now we're going to take our left hand down, right hand up. Nice. Maybe that right hand comes onto your hip, or maybe you can tuck it around. Just like a little deeper stretch right here. Nice. Bring that right hand down. Right hand up. Now bring it down. Take it back. Half splits. You can just go back and forth. One more. Nice. Come into neutral runners. Square both hands on the left side of the foot. Take the right hand on the inside of the right leg. Just give it a little push. You can come onto the side of that foot. Yeah, this is a different stretch. And you can release that. And step that right leg back. And you can do a vinyasa. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Nice. Bring that left foot forward. And we're into runner's lunge. Runner's lunge. Then you can take that right hand down, left hand up. Take that left hand. You can cross it behind you like it's trying to get that pocket. Nice. And then release. And do runner's lunge back and forth. One more each way. Nice. Then we can turn that foot. Take that left hand on the inside of that leg. Apply some pressure. Beautiful. Release that. Push on back, forth, and take that left foot back. Do a vinyasa. And when you're in down dog, you can come on down and go into child's pose. Here is your child's pose. And when you're in child's pose, forehead comes down to the mat. Let's practice that dragon breath. So we're going to breathe in and release out like a lion. So breathe in and stick your tongue out. Breathe out. Breathe in. One more time. Stick that tongue out. Breathe out. Nice. That was a good release. Ooh. Y'all better get those releases in. Beautiful. Come up onto all fours, and we're just going to have we're going to turn and do frog pose. So let's do frog pose before we totally sit down in this practice. So we're going to come onto the side. And I'm going to show you from the back because it's easier for me to show you that way. Just so you can see how my legs are. And hopefully, because I have on all this green and I'm about to do frog pose, you can see me. So we're going to, our heels are facing out this way. You see how my legs are and my heels are. And I'm just going to come down onto my forearms. And you can come out wider and you can push back. So you're pushing back into the hips. You can push forward. When you push back, you're going to feel how much more pressure, like where your hitting point is, depending on how wide open your hips are. So right here, let's breathe. We breathe through where the discomfort is. Breathe. Breathe through the discomfort. Couple more breaths right here. And you can come out of that and roll onto your back. Nice. Let's do some bridge pose. So bring your heels in, hands close to your heels, and we're just going to push on up into bridge pose. Kind of move your shoulders under your shoulders. Release. Nice. And let's come up again. Release. One more. And go on up. And if you wanted to do bridge, you can always do bridge. You know, in these movements, depending what stage you're in, you might do more advanced moves. And do where it feels good. And if you're learning, watch, observe, practice. Release. Nice. Let's cross that right leg over the left. Thread the needle. So take his hands on the outside of the shin. Nice. Let's switch. Let's do the other side. So that foot can be down. So you can thread it over the top, or you can do it behind your leg. It just depends on what your flexibility levels are. What feels great for one person can feel horrible for the other. Release. And let's do some happy baby. So grab those toes. Rock it on out. Nice. And I'm going to give you a couple of minutes of movement. So you could do another vinyasa. You could do legs up the wall. You could put a block and your feet up in the air. You could go into Shavasana. You could sit up straight. You could practice your breathing. You could just sit and take this time to meditate. I'm giving this time to you for your practice. This time is for you, for your practice. A couple more breaths in this position. And go ahead and move into Shavasana. Maybe you're already there, maybe you're not there. Go ahead and move into it. As we come to the end of practice, you can keep your eyes closed, but you can start wiggling your fingers, your toes. Start becoming awake as we exit our practice for the evening. You can turn to the right or left side, whichever side feels more comfortable. Once you turn on the side, whenever you're ready, you can go ahead and sit on up. You can sit cross-legged, nice and comfortable. You can keep your eyes closed. As we end class, I want to end with a card, your divine perfection. You're showing up just as you are. You're developing yourself every day. And every day you show up for yourself, you are protecting yourself from the future. So thank you for showing up for yourself. Thank you for joining this evening. Bring your hands to heart center. Let's just end with an Om. So breathe in. Breathe out through your mouth. Breathe in. The light in me shines in you. Ashe, thank you so much for showing up this evening, everyone. I will see you again in the future. If you have any questions, please do reach out for me. My information is in the description box. If you have any recommendations or any movements you would like to practice, please let me know. Please like and subscribe. Please share the stream. Bring people here. This is for community. Ashe. Thank you, everyone.